Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Go for a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Hi. Sorry, did I startle you? When you're used to hearing a certain type of commercial, something like this can, well, take you by surprise. That's kind of how it is with the Lexus RX, a vehicle that has continued to defy expectations for over 25 years. From the first luxury vehicle of its kind, to the first hybrid luxury vehicle, to the only plug-in hybrid worthy of the RX name. We understand you want more than the everyday SUV. And isn't being understood an amazing feeling? Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to See You Next Tuesday. You've got a guest host.
I was going to say, maybe you shouldn't start talking because
maybe
they're
I
going to be like, who the hell is this? I have started a podcast that I don't even know what the hell this is. This is not who I came to listen to. It is, though. It's just Meghan with COVID.
Again, motherfuckers. If you haven't followed my Instagram story, a lot of people were like, oh, don't worry, you can test positive again, like, after, like, you know, you don't need to test positive, like, if you're feeling fine. And I was like, oh, no, the plot twist is, like, I'm not feeling fine.
Right.
And here's the thing. People come on my, like, not everyone. It's literally, like, 6 people with, like, 15 accounts. Or it's probably actually 2 people with 15 accounts.
Did you know that you can now check for the spam ones and see who's double made them?
Yeah, because that you can block every account they've made.
Yeah.
It's been very helpful.
But also, like, it just shows, like, in your people that follow you, it, like, shows at the top, these are spam. These are things that we believe are spam accounts.
Oh, I need to dive into that.
Oh, yeah.
But so those select few people are like, God, this bitch is always sick and she's fucking always complaining. And so, like, you know, they make me self-conscious. So I'm like, I'm not going to complain. So, like, literally, I was like, Monday, I was like, damn, I feel like I'm kind of getting sick. But I was like, Megan, don't talk about it. Like, you're fine. Like, you don't have to share that. And so, you know, I kept that to myself. And then on Tuesday, I woke up and I was like, no, I'm like fucking sick. Like, I feel like shit. So I took a COVID test. I tested positive. And everybody's like, no, it's fine unless you're sick. And I was like, oh, actually, here's the thing. Like, I totally got sick. Like, if I got a fever and chills, like, I'm sweating and shaking. And like, my throat is sore. I'm snotting up something rancid. And so, yeah, I have a COVID rebound, which a lot of people call it a Paxlovid rebound. But I'm up to date on, you know, all the long hauler subreddits and all the COVID subreddits. And it happens just as frequent with Paxlovid and with placebo and without any sort of treatment. Mm-hmm. It just happens pretty often because COVID tends to take longer in your system. So, yeah, hopefully I'm going to get something to fix this. I'll just go back. I'll just rebound all day. Like, give me another Paxlovid thing, and then I'll go back and forth. But it is literally, as we're recording this, January fucking 18th, and I have not been able to start my goddamn new year.
Maybe I jinxed us because the last episode that we recorded in December, I literally said 2014 is gonna be our year.
2014?
I'm sorry. I said.
I don't know what that year was. I couldn't tell you anything about that year. It's probably pretty good.
What was happening 10 years ago?
Don't know.
Anyway, I said 2024 is going to be our year, and I pray that we are healthy.
Listen, I jinxed myself because I posted that same day a screenshot of someone's comment to my video saying, this bitch is always sick and complaining. And I literally responded to that and I said, 2024 is the year of endless goodness and like bountiful health or whatever. And then that same day I was like, well,
I responded. I think I said, welp.
like,
also, speaking of you posting things on social media, what did I tell you to do?
Get the squeezy one.
Uh-huh. And then did I get any update to that?
No, but also I did give you a prerequisite when I told you I'm usually fine up until late afternoon, and then that's when things take a nosedive. You were like, so I had posted that, and then you had followed. I posted that TikTok right at the end, the brink of like, okay, she's fucking in for the night. She's not good. And so no, I didn't give you an update.
You didn't even tell me you got
but
it.
also, you inspired me to post a TikTok because you said, I saw that on your TikTok. And then a couple hours later, you said, I meant your Instagram. And I said, maybe I should record a TikTok. So really, it was for you, but it was just a little subtle.
I saw 7 hours later.
I know. It was for you. It was just subtle. But yeah, no, I used to have one, and I found it. I mean, and I made Mott's get me another one. But I have to say, doesn't it kind of look like the bottle that you use on your vagina once you have a baby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably, I mean, it's just a bottle with a hole in it.
Yeah, and you
it's really nothing special about it.
It's not.
It just forces the liquids in there pressure. A little bit better. Yeah.
Someone said there's a water pick version where it's like
electric. It's like it looks like it irrigates you the hell out of you. Like it looks exactly like my water pick. I have a water pick contraption, and it looks exactly like it, except for it has a fatter thing, and you put it up there. And honestly, it looks incredible. Like I don't know if you ever had your ears irrigated before.
I would love
cleaned
to.
Out. Oh my gosh, it feels so good. And I feel like it would be the same exact thing.
Mott saw it, and he said, I saw this contraption, and like, it scared me. And like, I don't know if like you want that sometime. And I was like, I'm a little afraid of that right now because
that's why I didn't recommend it.
No, like when I say what's going on in my nasal cavity is something like the last time that the things have been coming out of my nose and my throat have been like this is like when I got my nose done. Like, I'm like, am I shedding cartilage? Like what the fuck is happening? But it's not coming out, easily with that. And someone said it's because like you're really swollen, like it's all really inflamed, which makes sense. And my answer to that would then be to get the spray stuff, but you don't want to do that. I know everyone kept saying that.
That will make it, because it's basically a steroid, it'll make it less
I think if my
swollen.
doctor says like just wait it out, I'm gonna be like, cool, then I'm gonna go get fucking Afrin or something like that. Like if he's like just do something over the counter versus writing a prescription for something. But if he tells me to do a nasal spray, like at this point, I will, because this sucks fucking ass. Like and Mott's doesn't have it, which is great, but also we have to fucking isolate.
Yeah. But one thing about the nasal spray is that I told you I watched a video how we're all doing it wrong. So I feel like if you do it the right way, it won't be as irritating as you remember it being.
Yeah. It just terrifies me. But yeah, you're right. And also like I'm so fearless when it comes to the neti pot that I feel like I should be fucking fine with the spray, because most people are more afraid of the neti pot.
Yeah, if you neti pot and then spray, it's like a new world.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to that. And I'm just trying to figure out the science between why one nostril's clogged and I can't breathe through it, and then 5 minutes later the other one is clogged and the other one's fine. And someone said it's like it's whatever side of the brain you're not using, and I was like, I can't investigate this. This is too much. This is too complex.
I'm sorry, that is not true.
I don't know. And like it's a confusing thing up there. But I just want to apologize to everybody, because like we were so ready to get back on our fucking game. And then this like hit me out of goddamn nowhere.
Yeah.
So I wholeheartedly apologize.
Each other in like 2 months.
I know.
Longer than that.
Mott's mom texted me and she replied my Instagram story. She goes, "This is a joke, right?" And I was like, "No, Caroline, I am sick with COVID again." And everybody's like, "Oh my God, of course." And like Mott's didn't rebound. Mott's is fine. And we had the same strain of COVID.
For now.
I think he'll be fine. Because I'm also at the tail end of like it almost wouldn't be considered, if it was a little bit longer, it wouldn't be considered a rebound. Because like as of right now, it only is like between 2 to 8 days. And I got sick on day like 9. Mm-hmm. So he would be on day like 14, which seems...
That's true.
Yeah, but we're separating. I finally got him to start watching one of the best shows, one of my favorite shows of all time, Lie to Me, starring Prada runway model Tim Roth. They did a runway, like a villain runway show where they invited like Gary Oldman and like all of these different actors to like walk and essentially like strut and like sneer. And it's good. I wonder if your dad definitely watched it.
Probably not.
A 3-season procedural.
No, it's a procedural. It sounded like a reality show.
Tim Roth on reality.
That's why I was confused.
New. It's a great procedural, only 3 seasons, and I love it. And Chadwick Boseman was just on an episode, but like I don't know what they did for him the first scene because Moss goes, "That's Chadwick Boseman," and I go, "That is not Chadwick Boseman." And I think it was because he was talking with his mouth, but he wasn't talking with his teeth. Do you know what I mean? Like he was like playing drunk, so he was like being a little. And I was like, "That's not him." And then we get him to the interrogation room, and I go, "I recognize those teeth anywhere. That is Chadwick Boseman. You're right." He was very good in it.
I'm sure.
But he was just so young. And I've seen the show so many times that like I usually remember people from it, but he was I like fully didn't even realize that was him. But he was fantastic.
Started out on All My Children.
Oh, so I should recognize
Michael
him.
B. Jordan he left and then Michael B. Jordan took the role.
Do you think they met then?
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, that is crazy. Do you think they knew each other then, like met and were friendly?
Usually they talk, like they like do a little transition to get to know the character. So I think so.
I love that. That's sweet. Full circle.
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
So how have you been?
I've been really good, and I feel like bad because I've really been out.
No, that's okay. And I've got bad luck, but I'm gonna work on lifting whatever curse is on me. I've got to go to a witch. I got to go to someone to like cast some protection spell on me or like rid me of the bad whatever is happening. So tell me about all your good stuff. Maybe I will absorb it by proxy.
Eric, get on that.
Yeah, please. Thank you, Eric.
What all did I do last weekend?
You had some delicious food.
I did.
The only thing I did was I had a psychiatrist appointment and I answered it and we were video chatting and she goes, "Are you sick?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm a little sick." She was like, "Do you have COVID again?" And I was like, "No." And she goes, "You should test." Then I tested and I was like, "Stacey, you were right."
Well, last Saturday I went to a little chat with tis the award season, so you can go to so many things. And so one of my favorite writer, producer, directors, Richard Linklater, was doing a little talk. And so
oh wow,
I saw that, and then later Ty, my friend Ty, spoke about him several times on this show. He was in a Lifetime movie that was wild. And so he had
it looked wild from the fucking little preview stuff that he was posting. I was like, "Damn, Ty, you were this was acting. You were acting."
Yes, he is playing an incel. Really
I remember when
the role.
I remember when he first posted about like I don't know what it was something about like what a way to spend a couple months. It was like months ago, and it was just the hairstyle. And I go, "You don't even need to tell me that you're playing an incel based on. I already know based on the hair." Yeah. And then this part, I was like, "Yeah, no, you've been doing this."
Yeah, he was filming this last year around my birthday, so that's why we couldn't do kickball because we were doing it at a place that he had available to him. And so so we watched it, and then on Sunday I had brunch with Allison.
Oh, fun.
We just chatted, caught up, and then later my fam was in town and had a little family dinner. My uncle, aunt, and then I was with my cousins. It's great.
It's so fun. Oh my God, I forgot to tell you, I saw Book of Clarence.
What'd you think?
I like the kid from Stranger Things. And also, as soon as I saw that man, like a fraction of that man's face, I said, Benedict Cumberbatch, what are you doing here?
Right.
And Mott had the exact opposite response where he goes, I know Benedict Cumberbatch is in this movie. When is he coming on the screen? And I go, I saw him immediately. I do have a couple notes. One, those white people were not sunburned enough. They needed to be sunburned. Like, we don't have like sunscreen here. Like, you'd be putting mud on, you'd be doing all of those things. And I'm like, you would be more sunburned than this. The kid from Stranger Things having full facial hair is making me feel incredibly old.
He's been in a lot of things recently, and I keep forgetting that he is an adult now.
Yeah, it's a little jarring.
Yes, it's very jarring. Like, I've seen him in a few things. I'm like, I see him. I'm like, who is that? And then I go,
exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. And I went, there's no way. There's no older
like,
brother.
I know
maybe.
it's him. Yeah, but like,
my brain won't let me like say that it is him.
Mm-hmm.
The ending part, Mons and I both at the ending part, he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, I was like, the ending part's not really for us. But I thought the acting in it was really good. And I do think that Tiana Taylor has Instagram face to me. So that was a little weird that I'm like, I don't really see her in that time period, but I love her. So I'm like, I don't care. But everyone else was good and it was funny and it made me laugh. And then the first thing I asked Moz, I was like, how far is Rome from where they, because I was like, this does not feel like a hop, jump and a skip. And I was like, or is this like, us just, so I said, I was like, or is this just like, the US just like having a little station in Iraq like all the time? And he was like, it's that. And I was like, okay, yes. Cool. Yep. So, but yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was just shot beautifully. I love how it was edited. And I love the cinematography, the coloring. I love the fucking soundtrack was so good. Like, so good. I was like,
because the writer producer also is a music writer producer. Like him and Jay-Z.
Oh, that's how he knows Jay-Z.
They're partners in both film and in music. And so like they are doing the music at the same time that they're doing the movie. You can tell.
It's like a musical in that sense, but without them singing. So the disco number, I was loving it. And it was a pretty empty theater. But similar to how I felt when we saw Dix the musical, it was all the right people to see it with, because I love when people like say things out loud in it. Like, oh, and I'm just like, I'm feeling the same way. Or like I can see other people's heads bopping and dancing or like laughing. So like that was really nice. I love like laughing in the theater with people. And so that was good. And we enjoyed that. We saw that for his birthday. And then we went to my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's house and we hung out with the baby and my nephew, which he said the funniest thing ever. So we have so Mats has this game with him where they play speedboat, where he like sits on Mats's lap and he like moves his like legs really fast and they're like, oh, there's a big wave coming, and he'll like jump up and like lift them out. And then he and I play the more scenic sightseeing whale watching game. So we'll sit on my lap and we'll do that. And we like hold our hands up to be binoculars. And so we'll like be like, oh, there's alligators this way. And I was like, what do we say to the alligators? And I had told him before that I asked him where alligators live. And he goes, oh, alligators live far away. I go, alligators live in Florida, my guy. And he was like, what? And I was like, they live in Florida. This is why we don't go to Florida. And
that's the reason.
Yeah. And so he said, I was like, what do we say to the alligators? He said, go back to Florida. And I laughed. And then he went, with Donald Trump. And I went, say what? Like 4-year-old knows who Donald Trump is. And his mom's laughing.
And knew goes, that he was in Florida.
I know. And I was like, and I look at his mom and she goes, oh yeah. So why? So Donald Trump, is he a good guy? And he was like, no. And she's like, why is he not a good guy? And he goes, he does not like to share. He takes things from people that are not his He is not good. He calls people mean names and he is not good at taking turns. And she goes, who is he not good at taking turns with? And he said, Joe. And she was like, yeah, he thought it was his turn again, but it was actually Joe Biden's turn to be president. And yeah. And I was like, oh my God. And he was like, wow. I was like, how are the alligators going to get to Florida? He goes, on an airplane. That's how I went there. And I was like, facts. Love that. And it killed me. And Mott's didn't even believe me when I told him. He's like, there's no way he said that. I was like, dude, I was just as shocked as you were that I was like, this child knows about Donald Trump, knows that Donald Trump lives in Florida. And here I was thinking I was blowing his mind, telling him that alligators lived in Florida. But he was making a connection the whole time, saying alligators live where Donald Trump is.
Incredible.
Yeah. Except every animal in his mind, because he is a vegetarian, every animal is also a vegetarian. So anytime I'm like, what's going to happen if the alligators get us? And he goes, they're going to eat all of our spinach. And I was like, for sure. That's what they're going to do. They're going to eat our spinach and our broccoli. And he goes, don't eat our broccoli. We need it to eat with our hummus. I was like, you're so fucking weird.
What a California kid.
Everything
you just said
was that he's such a fucking California kid. And his dad really wants to eventually move back to Colorado. I'm like, anytime you ask this kid about Colorado, he goes, I do not like Colorado when it is cold. I do not like the snow. Like, he's just like stank facing the whole time he's cold. Like, this kid is California born and bred. He wants to be in the sunshine. Don't give him any seasons.
Sunshine, vegetarian, and hardcore liberal.
Yeah. No, yeah. He's just like, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit hard.
Republicans' nightmare.
I know. I was like, what a cute little one.
Hi. Sorry, did I startle you? When you're used to hearing a certain type of commercial, something like this can, well, take you by surprise. That's kind of how it is with the Lexus RX, a vehicle that has continued to defy expectations for over 25 years. From the first luxury vehicle of its kind, to the first hybrid luxury vehicle, to the only plug-in hybrid worthy of the RX name. We understand you want more than the everyday SUV. And isn't being understood an amazing feeling? Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
I did something.
Oh no!
In addition, no, it's a good thing.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna be
you've
shocked.
got like a scheming kind of face to you.
Nah, no schemes here. I listened to Taylor Swift's full whatever the newest album is.
Why?
I was doing a lot of driving. A lot of driving this week, past weekend, and I was like, I need to listen to something new because all I've been listening to is Beyonce nonstop.
And that's what my experience with listening to Renaissance was. Is I was like, I've been listening to too much Taylor Swift, and I was like, I have to listen to it in the car, and I listened to the full album front to back in the car.
Yeah, so that's what I did, and I gotta say, pretty good. No skips. I say the first half of the album is exponentially better than the second half. But
did you listen to the 3 a.m. version?
Whatever. I listened to some version of it that had extra.
She's got so many versions.
Let me see. I can tell you. Give me one second.
Was there a song called Paris?
Yes.
That's a 3 a.m. version. I think that's the final song on the 3 a.m. version. It's one of the best songs.
It was like a remix with Ice Spice, I believe.
Oh, wow. I'm going to tell you right now, I do skip that version. All the love to Ice Spice, but I do skip that version.
I liked it. It just, hold on. Let me get to music.
So you might have been listening to the Till Dawn edition. Yeah, you are. That's
what I was listening to. Yep.
Well,
and the thing
I'm
is,
so glad you like it.
I told SIRI to play the newest album. Of course, the Taylor version of 1989 came up. I was like, that's not what I want. So yeah, I was listening to Midnight's Till Dawn edition. So the last song in there is the Karma remix with Ice Spice. I really liked the lesbian song Lavender Haze. I liked
I was like, which one is the lesbian song to you?
Well, the obvious lesbian song.
Okay. To me, there's a couple.
I mean, there are a couple, but the title in that.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's a direct reference. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maroon was very good. I liked Anti-Hero. I like the first half of it. I'm like, all these songs are very good. Mm-hmm. And then I got kind of sleepy toward the end. Karma was good.
Mastermind's one of my fucking favorites.
Mastermind was good too. Paris is very gay as well, right?
I know, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I thought it was
Maroon is also
album.
very gay.
Yes,
Because also I've never kissed a man and said his lips were maroon, because maroon is a shade. That's a lipstick. And I personally have never kissed a man with lipstick.
You're just sucking real hard that they turn maroon.
Like a blowfish. Yeah. It's different. I forgot that that's on Till Dawn edition. That was a later one.
But yeah, I had a good time listening. But yeah. Why does she sound like she's singing through a filter the whole time?
Because she is. She's mixing things up. She's trying. What I do appreciate about her is like besides like Folklore and Evermore, every album she comes out with, she like really changes up genre and like all of that stuff. So like you can't ever think like the only times you'll mix up what songs are on what album is like Folklore and Evermore. So I do appreciate that. But this is like I think this is the first time that she's worked with Black producers. And my friend Maite was listening to it and she immediately paused. She does reaction videos and she paused and she goes, Black people had something to do with this. And then she like searched it and she was like, oh, without a doubt. She was like, I can just tell. That was in the very beginning of Lavender Haze that she was like, I know someone produced this who's not white. Yeah, she like really went for it reminded me a little bit of like 1989, kind of like going through like the vocoder and that kind of stuff. But I like it. There's like a couple skips for me because they're just sad. So like Bigger Than the Whole Sky, I'm like, too sad. With Love, too sad. Not I'm saying With Love, it's too sad, my girl. And I usually skip, which people will be so mad. I usually skip vigilante shit because there's just something about like the bass in it that like gets into my rib cage and hurts, and I'm like, I can't listen to this.
I like that one too.
Yeah, a lot of people do. I just have an issue with certain
I like
sounds.
it because it was a storytelling one. That's what I miss is her storytelling.
Okay, well, can I give you a suggestion? You need to listen to No Body, No Crime from Evermore featuring Haim.
I think I know that song.
It's a song. It's just it is like the Chicks song, Goodbye Earl. Like it's like, let's make a song about killing your husband. It's like, once upon a time we murdered your husband. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe. That's also a storytelling song. It was.
Once upon a time.
I was a hoe.
That it's not just storytelling. It is
it's a great fable start.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm admitting it. I think you'd like, if you miss her storytelling ones, I think you'd really like Folklore and Evermore. I could give you some recommendations because The Last Great American Dynasty is very storytelling. But with Betty, that we could get into the whole like trilogy. There's like Betty, August, and James. And so those are all like a storyline that weaves through. But the whole point of Folklore is that she just like allegedly made up all of these different stories.
I was familiar with that, yeah.
So I think you'd like some of those. But Betty's a good one. And Betty's got that twang you like. There's a banjo on Betty. Okay. Betty, I don't want to get copyright stricken because that girl is she's fast with that
she's
shit.
Litigious.
She is incredibly litigious.
Well, we can go after her because we were like, don't blame me. You had that first.
We actually had that before you, my guy. So, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's so fun. I gotta watch the movie. I still haven't seen it.
Well, you got time.
You know what? I have so much. I have more time than I know what to fucking do with. Unfortunately, I will in fact be watching the rest of the Santa Claus show first.
How much more do you have?
I've got like there's only like 6 episodes a season, and I think I've got like 3 or 4 left of the second season.
Okay. Are they hour long?
No, I don't think so. It is for children. Most of the actors in the show are children.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone's like, is this bad? And everyone's like, is this good? And I was like, no, it's actually really bad. And then a couple people were like, oh my God, I loved the show. And I was like, okay. I would love to ask a follow-up question, but I'm not going to do it. It's just not very well done. But
okay,
it's good. But I've been making Mats come up to have lunch with me in the day, and then watch a Lie to Me during the afternoon.
While you're breathing your germs on him?
No, we eat at different times and we have masks on. We alternate. And he sends me, we do like the crossword still, but he'll like send me it because I don't have the full account. He does. So like send me a screenshot of it and then he'll like yell like, okay, this is the clue. What do you think it is? It's taking us a lot longer than normal.
You know what? Now I'm thinking that because I used to do crossword all the time and then I stopped and I think I'm still paying for it.
Oh. I think it's a year-long subscription.
Yeah,
so you should check when
paid it in like over a year.
Yeah, you should check.
Yeah.
See if you can either join us in our crossword games. And hey, they give a lot of soap opera clues.
Okay.
Which I've gotten better at. Just based on my knowledge from you.
I love it. You're welcome.
Ayo. My Irish queen. Except it's Ayo, not Ayo.
She's got everything you love. You love a Nigerian.
Oh my God, Melissa. I didn't even make that connection. A Nigerian Irish woman. She's checking off. There's literally is Ayo Irish? A guide to the internet's best joke. And it's just like a photo of her on an Irish flag. Like, I'm obsessed.
What is that animal in the front?
A donkey, because that's what she
I
played.
couldn't see. Flashed it real fast.
Yeah, it's just so funny. Her outfits have been looking really cute. Oh, well, we hope you enjoyed this Tuesday that you have been seen to, that we have seen to.
Yeah.
And
thank you for really sticking this out, because I was like, we can just do like bonus episodes because we've got several ads to record. But yeah, thank you for doing the full day. Minus one.
Got it. We've got this. It's going on. And I apologize to everybody for having to hear this voice for the week, but
we're about to record 3 ads with this voice.
So sorry, everybody. We will see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Goodbye.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all. I'm JJ.
Hey, guys. It's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests to share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like, it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
Listening to a podcast should be time well spent, and I promise it will be if you'll give this podcast a try. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in every episode, I talk with leading experts on topics I know you will find fascinating. From why people can't keep secrets, what your favorite music says about you, why your pet acts in strange ways, and so much more. Something You Should Know is designed to give you information you can use in your life and give you great intel that you can share with others. I'm told it's a binge-worthy podcast. And with over 1,000 episodes, there's a lot to binge on. Something You Should Know has been ranked in the top of the Apple Podcast charts consistently for a long time. I know you're going to like this. I just need to get you to try it. Something You Should Know. It's available wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a co-founder of the Go Kid Go Network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. During her journey, Isla meets new friends, including King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, and learns valuable life lessons with every quest, sword fight, and dragon ride. Positive and uplifting stories remind us all about the importance of kindness, friendship, honesty, and positivity. Join me and an all-star cast of actors including Liam Neeson, Emily Blunt, Kristen Bell, Chris Hemsworth, among many others, in welcoming the Search for the Silver Lining podcast to the Go Kid Go network by listening today. Look for the Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.